through strength, unity, and resilience. Welcome to Anioma Trends. Anioma Trends bring you closer to the news makers and inspiring stories of those shaping the future of Anioma land. Join us every Monday on DBS Asaba by 7 p.m. Wednesdays on Quest Television by 8 p.m. and a repeat on Sunday by 8 p.m. and Saturdays on NTA Asaba by 10:30 a.m. as we sit with leaders, intellectuals and influencers who have become the change makers in Anioma society. Anioma Trends, your window into the rich aesthetics of the Anioma people.
Viewers, welcome to Anioma Trends. Anioma Trends focuses on issues in Anioma. And what is Anioma? A, Aniocha, North and South. N, Ndokwa. I, Ika. Ika North East, Ika South. Oshimili, Oshimili North East, Oshimili South. Anoma. Taken together, Anioma means the good land, and that's where I'm from. My name is Tony Ogana. I'm from Onichubu, Umozwanicha. I'm a prince, I'm a chief. By training, I'm a lawyer. But I'm also drawn to development in my place, which gives me satisfaction. Talking about how to better the lot of the Anioma man, the Anioma woman. Our people are predominantly farmers. But again, we're also strong on the academia. We control the banking sector of Nigeria, whether I like it or not, and we're hardworking people. So Anioma Trends will explore the newsmakers from all these places and try to elevate the debate a bit politically. We are not setting up the program to cry at anybody's misfortunes, far from it. The program is to celebrate the best of what the Anioma nation has to offer. So please join me every week on NTA Asaba, Quest TV Asaba, and DBS Asaba. The times to school underneath it, and you cannot miss it. We'll program it in such a way that you see us in the morning, you see us in the afternoon, you see us in the evening, you even see us at night, and your options are there. So join me every week. Let's do this. Bravo.
Distinguished viewers, welcome back to this segment of Anioma, where I talk about my people close to my heart. And I'm blessed to have as my guest today one of the 109 senators in Nigeria, members of the Red Chamber, the Upper House. Help me, join me as I welcome Senator Ned Mune Nwoko.
Welcome. Thank you. Councilor Anioma. So I ask you, your guests have been in Nigeria for some time now, and today we drove from Nikon Local to the place. You now have guys, traffic light intersections, and I was shocked riding your Rolls Royce. Over 20 vendors just surrounded the car and they say, Pray. Wadi. Did you arrange that? How did they know you?
Well, this is Nigeria. We're all in Nigeria, so.
I've always known you for decades as a grassroots politician. But I thought that was restricted only to Delta State and only to Anioma State. But hey, Abuja.
It's everywhere. If I go to Lagos, I go to Kaduna, or anywhere, the same kind of reception everywhere. So it's something that has been happening for years now, so we're used to it.
And which party you are? You win elections?
I should hope so.
So what's the secret of the common touch?
Well, just loving people and being there for people. All I live for is really about the people. If you look at my bills and motions in the Senate for the past 1 year, it's all about the people. Some of us will say, oh, but why are you not focusing on Anioma Delta? And I'll say, I am, but with my outlook, with my views about life, my whole thing is all about the people. For example, I think about the disabled, the unemployed, the less privileged, how do they survive? So I've had a bill to basically do away with humanitarian ministry and establish a ministry that deals with the needs of the people. in a way that's not gratifying. You know what they're doing now? They make available 100 billion and say go and share it to some people. And of course, half of that money is stolen by those who charged with the responsibility of sharing that money. The other 1/4 of that is given to their family members, and it never gets to those who are in need. And who are those in need? As I said, those less privileged, the unemployed, the disabled. So I think that what we need to do in Nigeria is to establish a database that is reliable and dependable, a database that identifies everybody. It doesn't matter who you are. You know, so we have your record, we know how old you are, we know where you work or where you don't work, or you know, if there are problems with you, why you're not working, and you can use that as a basis to make sure that money gets to those who are in need. So you get it as of right. You don't need to know Ned Nwoko or know the Senate President or anybody.
Or Sheriff,
No, you don't need to know anybody. The fact that you are a Nigerian or foreigner who has a right to stay here, or you're not working, you are disabled, you're not earning, you shouldn't be hungry. You shouldn't be hungry to go to bed. Everybody should have a minimum to live on. It's called security, income security. You know, so you can have 10% of the population being provided for that way.
welfare.
What's the welfare system? But that way, you know, they know that at the end of every week, they're going to get 100,000 naira, for example. You know, or I'm just using 100,000 naira as a figure, yes. But at least they know that, and also this fund where the money is going to come from is contributory. So those who are working will contribute 5%. Because someday the guy who is working, who is contributing 5%, might become unemployed, so he start to benefit from it. Then 5% from the state's allocations, 5% from federal government monthly allocations, 5% from the local government monthly allocations. So those allocations will form the basis for this money that goes into this fund, and it is there not only to provide them with the basic income, but also to provide accommodation. So there'll be low-cost houses meant for them. They shouldn't be homeless, you know. So, I mean, I'm just using it as an example of what I do and how I see life. And you just have to provide for the people. For me, governance is very important, but it has to be good governance. You must be sure as to what you want to achieve when you are in government. You know, government shouldn't be a platform for you to make money. If you've not made money in your life, don't be in government. You know, unless, of course, you are greedy, so you are there, you still want more. But when you are there, you put people first. And you put people and country first. You don't even talk about your political party. You know,
A bipartisan kind of approach.
yes, of course, when you're there, you don't talk about your party. It's all about your people. It's about the people.
Well, that ties in here, people with man. But you belong to a position, PDP.
Yes, PDP is the opposition, but then let me tell you about the 10th Assembly, 10th Senate.
Yeah.
The Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, said to us from day one, look, once we're all here, we're here for Nigerians. We're not going to talk about party politics. We're not going to approach issues based on party or any such issue. We're just going to think about Nigeria, about our country. And so that has been the basis for all our efforts in the Senate. Nobody debates about anything because of party or because of region or anything like that. We just talk about issues that we know will be good for humanity.
Most distinguished, I don't know, can you run through from the committee membership you have in the Senate?
Well, there's so many of them. vice chairman for environment, vice chairman for sports, the chairman for reparations and repatriations.
Ah, that's a good one.
Yes.
It shows well.
Yes, and I'm also in defense. I'm in police. I am in EFCC and ICPC
Hopefully you are.
and NDLA and works and education and you know.
Which senator they are everywhere, they are in a position. How do you manage to do it?
Because we're all working together. We're all working together, and I know some committees are meant to be reserved for the opposition.
Yeah.
Some committees are meant to be reserved for the ruling party. But then, I don't think that they follow that rule in this current Senate. You know, yes. I think they look at your capacity. They look at your
You definitely have capacity. You're an international lawyer. I guess you can handle it.
They look at what you want to achieve or what you believe you can achieve.
Okay, Fiona, I'll be right back with Senator to talk about the main issue for today, for now, Anioma State creation. We're not joking with it, we're in business. Right after this time out.
In the heart of the Niger Delta, where tradition meets modernity, there lies a community that has, for centuries, shaped its destiny through strength, unity, and resilience. Welcome to Anioma Trends. Anioma Trends bring you closer to the news makers and inspiring stories of those shaping the future of Anioma land. Join us every Monday on DBS Asaba by 7 p.m., Wednesdays on Quest Television by 8 p.m., and a repeat on Sunday by 8 p.m., and Saturdays on NTA Asaba by 10:30 a.m. as we sit with leaders, intellectuals, and influencers who have become the change makers in Anioma society. Anioma Trends, your window into the rich aesthetics of the Anioma people.
Anioma Trends was given birth to based on the collective aspiration of our people to have a distinct identity, even though we're Igbos, we're unapologetic about it. What say if I say no to somebody in the Ika, you understand what I'm saying? I say no to somebody in Oshimi, you understand what I'm saying? Ditto in Ukwani and also in Aniocha. So we're Igbos. But we're a distinct set of Igbos. We are what they call N1, Western Igbos. You have the calves. So Anioma Trends is about articulating our aspirations as a distinct people who are minority, no doubt, but want to be heard, want our share of the national cake, want our recognition, and want to be given the proper respect. We bear no grudges against our brothers from Roboland. We flow well with our people in Ijoland, in Isoko, we are fine with them, even in Shakiri. After all, we're all in Benin State before. You know, so we're fair-minded people. We don't want to spoil anybody's own, nobody should spoil our own. The time for our state is now. If you ask me, speaking as a person, give me my state, take me anywhere. I'll tell you why. We were in the southwest before. We did well. We've been in the south-south. We're there. Southeast, our kit and king. The people from Asaba say they are from Kogi, North Central. We can go there. But if you leave it to me and the bulk of people from the way I've sounded out people, they want to build their kit and king in the southeast. Even people in the bankers in Edo State want to come to Ika. Ika today is in Delta State. They are all ready to go to the southeast. To go to the southeast via Anioma. Even on the people want to leave Anambra and come to Anioma. So naturally, we are Igbos who are going to the southeast. All these local governments I mentioned, you have the 4 market days. Nkwo, Eke, Afo, Olie. You have, in all these places I've mentioned, Adafo, Adankwo, Okelie, Okeke.
We all eat akpu. Igbo man's food, cassava. We all wear red caps. Some wear red, some wear white. But we all do that. We all belong to Ohanese, the umbrella body of Igbo land. We all speak Igbo. Though dialects differ, we all Igbos. So we are more comfortable to join our kit and kin in the southeast. And as of today, the southeast zone, even though zone is not mentioned in the Nigerian constitution, nobody shares money according to zones. Money is shared according to states and local government. Then depending on whether you produce oil and gas, which is our major source of income in Nigeria. The point I'm just making is that the southeast has the least number of states, 5. Every other of the 5 zones in Nigeria has a minimum of 6. The northwest has 7. We cannot take that extra from the northwest. No. But Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria today, nobody can change that. God has a reason for that. Nigerians have to learn proper lessons. Can create one state more in each zone. But because the southeast has only 5, you create Anioma, move us to the southeast, and give the southeast maybe a TT state, which is actually beach chunked up from all the states in the southeast. And with that, the second term is done.
Welcome back to our Anioma segment of Trend Stop Time, which focuses on elite Nigeria and youth Nigeria doing it right, doing their jobs right. And you can bet that one senator, one politician, one activist doing his job right is my guest, Senator Ned Nwoko.
Sir, Anioma State Corporation, why is it generating so much controversy?
I don't know, you can tell me, you're out there with them. But I just think it's probably because I am the proponent. I am the arrowhead.
You are the most senior Anioma politician today.
So because I am reasonably known in Nigeria, so anything I say or do is all about it.
News.
Yes, news. So that's why.
So is it some envy?
Well, I don't know. Some people are probably misguided. I wouldn't say it's envy. Just they play politics with everything.
Sir, I would say it's envy because you didn't start it. This thing started from the time of our late president.
Yes.
Nosikeko continues the struggle. People like Nudi Lubelu continue the struggle. People like your brother senator before you continue the struggle. People like, I forget his name, Peter Momoshi continue the struggle. Like a relay race. But it's like, this is the last leg of the race. And Ned is the one likely to bring home the bacon. Would that be why there are attacks everywhere? That you want to be governor, for example. You want to be governor?
No, I've said it severally that that's not my interest.
That's what I say.
It is not my interest. I don't want to be governor. I've been very successful in many things that I've done. You know, I've tried to be governor many years ago.
I know.
You know, 2005, it didn't work out. I've moved on. I've done so much in business and other areas. Look, I want to help to actualize this dream of our forefathers. A 50-year fight without a result it's not so good. It is not so good. And that is the more reason why I call on every Anioma son and daughter, and in fact anybody that resides in Delta North to basically support this whole effort. Because it's not about Ned Nwoko, it's not about you, Tony, it's about the independence of the people, the freedom of the people. You know, us having a state that will be seen as an Indigo state. Completely. Indigo, because Delta now as a state cannot be seen as an Indigo state because Ohanese, for instance, all the activities are confined to the 9 local government areas.
Correct.
The Anioma area. You can't go to Central, that's the Robo area.
Or
South, the Shekiri, Ijo, and Isoko area. And be talking about Ohanese, for instance, you know. And our school curriculum in Delta now cannot be talking about promoting or projecting or protecting Anioma culture, Anioma language, Anioma values. But if we have a state where we have a governor who is an Anioma person, you have a deputy governor who's an Anioma person, you have 3 senators all working together. Oh, it's good for everybody. And then you must have a minister.
Yes.
Also, but like now we don't have any minister from our area. You know. Look, no, I'm talking about now. So you cannot really compare a state, the effect or importance of a state with a senatorial district. Senatorial district is nothing. You know, a state gets their allocation every month.
No matter the zone.
A state generates their own revenue. A state can have an airline, can have establish their own companies and you know, make money and create jobs for the people. You know, if we have a state, I can assure you that whoever the governor becomes, so, you know, and I hope it comes from the Ndokwa nation, because I see them as more deprived and more denied. They should have a first shot.
I agree totally with that.
At it, you know, and if they have, and there are so many of them who are more than qualified.
But some local people have said that they are not able. I want to make them governor, and they say they don't know.
No, it doesn't matter.
And the chief will shoot at the one.
No, it doesn't matter. Time will come when they will appreciate the, look, for example, you're telling me that the deputy governor who is from Ndokwa nation.
Correct.
You're telling me now that when Anioma state is created and he's asked to become the governor of Anioma state, he will tell you, no, I want to be deputy governor in Delta. No, of course he cannot.
So if anybody fight an election, won't need a governor.
No,
they have to come out.
No. There will be. Most of them are supporting this anyway. Most of the Ndokwa people that I know are supporting the creation of Anioma nation.
What of the capital?
You know, the same thing. Most of the people that I know, the people who are essentially those that I don't know, are the ones, you know, who are ambivalent, who are, you know, who have some other ideas. But majority of the people are supporting this. I can tell you that. And it's more than 85% of our people are supporting the creation of Anioma state. More than 85. Even those few who don't support the idea, it's because according to them, they don't want Anioma state to be part of Southeast. And I've said to them, look, it doesn't really matter. What we want is our own state. When the state is created, it is not for us, me or you or them, to determine the zoning. The zoning will be determined by the president and his people. So Anioma could end up being the 7th state in South-South. Or you could end up being a lone state in
from the moon, from the sky.
From anywhere. So it doesn't really matter about the zoning.
Who can go to North Central?
Precisely. But what
As
matters,
Abu said, they are from Cookie.
well, look, it doesn't matter. But what matters to me is that we have a state that will bring governance closer to the people.
As we speak, sir, we have only 9 local governments. If we have a state of our own, we will have no local governments.
Of course, we will have, but presently, the people from Ibanki and the
from Edo,
suburbs of,
that's very
you know, they also want to be part of Anioma state. They feel alienated, they feel isolated in Edo state. They are Igbo speaking, and so they are clamoring to be part of us. So, of course, there could be more local government, but even if there are no more, 9 local governments with a population of almost 3 million is enough for any state, and we have the resources.
No, most districts, if we have a new state, we must have new local government. I want Eze to be local government now. Then, maybe
well,
from your own plan.
Look, let me tell you, you don't need to have a state to have that, although that will happen. But I can tell you from a meeting with the INEC 4 days ago that we've advanced discussions in creating constituency 2 for Anyocha North.
Oh, congratulations.
Okay?
That's a good one.
So I'm almost certain that before the end of the year, they'll be talking about, they've done the delineation. We're just waiting for the final request by the Senate. And that I am championing. So before the end of the year, or at the latest first quarter of next year, we should have a second constituency. So you're going to have your Ezechima local government anyway. You know, but you're going to have that anyway, in case you want to be a chairman.
Well, I tried to be chairman many years ago. I went down. People were still putting the results was announced. One of those things.
Yeah.
Anybody, that's it for this week. My name is Tony Ogana, and I'm sure we had a good time with the distinguished senator from Dumuduboko. We had a lot to talk about, and the 30-minute program, I couldn't finish everything with him this week, but I'm sure next week we'll continue. And then have another person up next. And I don't have you. Why not? It's our program. Anioma, Anyacha, Ndokwa, Ika, Oshuni. One land, good land. Commission.